All right, Adam, Birdwood Guitars, and I don't know whether you're on the Cigar Box Guitar Builder or whether you're on the Birdwood Guitars YouTube channel, but either way, I'll probably upload to both channels, as I have been doing with some of these builds lately. All right, this is one of my Lightning Boy Mk2s. I don't have the silver corners on yet, and the reason for that is I've literally just turned it on. Haven't even, actually I've got the volume off. I've got the amp on, ready to go. And I'm going to test it, and I thought, why not do it in front of you guys and see what happens. Now, I don't have a pick, but that doesn't matter. I don't usually use one anyway. So, tune to G, G to G. All right, let's just see. I have given it the intonation. Take you through the guitar, just briefly. We've got, all right, 3 machine heads. The top machine head button is just a little larger than the ones on the bottom. And I've been doing that on this guitar as kind of a balancing thing, because it seems very heavy on this side, so I've put a slightly larger button on there, and it just visually, to me, I like it. I still need to burn the dot markings on the side of the neck, because on these ones, they get burns. This has got the screws in the Prince is saying hello, by the way, and also, as you know, with Prince, he likes, this is daddy ball time. We've got screws in the neck. We've got a scratch plate, a black covered humbucker, 3-string bridge, intonatable, of course. Has become, we've got a tone control, we've got a volume control. On this one, quite often they're quite, on these guitars, they're a little closer, but I quite like the idea of having them slightly wider, give you a bit more hand control. So yeah, a little bit wider, so I'll probably space them a little wider. Strap button on the back, strap button under the neck for those people who want to play standing up. And a new thing for me, a jack plate, which I've made, and normally I do rectangular ones, but I find the rectangular ones a little bit clunky, and I saw Box Guitars on Instagram. There's a guy in the States who's making beautiful guitars. He uses copper, and I noticed he got a pick and he turned it, had it that way, and then he flipped it that way and he made that shape. And I thought, well, I'm not going to do anything with a pick and stuff like that, but I really liked that look, and I thought, well, I might try something like that. And you know, that, so shout out to yeah, it's like, this is what we do. We kind of say, oh, I like that, I'll grab that little bit there, and I'll grab that little bit there, and you kind of, we do. This is what we do. As long as you, I love the idea of just paying it forward though, guys, you know. So if you do grab an idea off someone, or you really like the idea, if you see something, you go, oh, that looks cool. That in itself is a copy of really any side-mounted jack that you'd find on any budget Telecaster, for example, or you might find them on budget electric guitars like, you know, Jacksons and all that sort of stuff. So it's not proprietary limited or anything like that, but it's just, it's a nice thing, and I like paying it forward. Anyway, enough of that yabbering. We've got a lovely two-tone kind of thing here. So I actually used oak here and oak here, but they came from the different boards, and I really love the fact that that's kind of mirroring, in a way, the Meranti of the fretboard here, which I really like. But I do need to put the dot markings on the neck, so I will fire up my soldering iron while we've got that, and then we'll pop those on. Anyway, let's have a little listen. So that's the guitar in itself. It's made using 20 by 40 pine, 3mm ply on the top, 3mm ply on the bottom. The top ply does have, it does have, in this section here in between the pickup and the sound hole, there is actually a strip of 5 ply running that way, so that the board doesn't warble, right? So anytime you're using a light ply on the top, or it's got a slightly larger body like this one here than you would find on a standard cigar box, it's always good to reinforce it so that you don't get that that kind of warbling effect. Some people might like that, I don't. Anyway, let's turn this up. So, interestingly, okay, so this is the very first time I've played it. It's always good when you do this. Go down the neck. Ooh. Hear that? There's a little tiny rattle. So that tells me that it's this fret here. I'm just going to give this a little tap in. Better. And it's boring, but you go all the way up the neck. Nice intonation. Sounds good. All right, now let's just check making sure that the volume control works. Volume control works really nicely. Tone control works really nicely. So it's just, that's kind of one of the checks that you do. Let's put on a little bit of grunt, see if it handles the distortion. It handles distortion. It's that? This is really cool with volume controls, because you can use your volume control as a tone control. Because if I turn my volume up all the way, right, it's got a sharp attack, just roll it back a touch. Lowers the tone. Isn't that so cool? I love that. Eric Clapton has a setup on his volume control, which is called a tone bleed. And what happens with that is he likes to keep the treble on the volume when he turns it down. I don't. I like using the volume as a slight. plays nice. All right, cool. That's me just playing for 10 minutes. All right, so if you like this guitar, and if you'd like to order one of these, this one's already sold. This is going over to New Zealand. But if you like this guitar, you like the look of it, you can order these from birdwoodguitars.com. There's currently a 4 to 6 week wait. All depending on how many jobs I've got on, and I've got a few on at the moment, but rock and roll, very happy. So this will actually go upstairs now for a few days, just to acclimatise, just to make sure everything's behaving itself. I'll check it over, make sure that everything's going 100%, everything's going good, and if I'm super happy with it, in the post and over to New Zealand. So very cool, I'm very happy with this. This has come up a treat. All right, now to put some box corners on and it's done. All right, guys, out of Verbal Guitars and the Cigar Box Guitar Builder. Talk to you later. Bye.